Today I'm going to tell you about one man's TV licence nightmare, or hounding actually, because the majority of it happened while he still had a TV licence. Let's begin. First of all, I'd just like to say a massive thank you to Greg for emailing me and sending me the three TV licence letters he received in a matter of weeks. And of course, if anyone else wants to send me anything, then you can do so using the link in the description below. Okay, let's get into this. We'll first start with Greg's email. It says in the subject, "You've got to be joking." Unfortunately for him, they weren't. What do you think of this then? I tried to cancel my TV licence last year and even received a confirmation email. And to be honest, that really should have been the end of it, shouldn't it? But a couple of weeks later, I had another email telling me that they had renewed my licence automatically. How bad is that? The fact that he presumably cancelled his TV licence and then they automatically renewed it. Then he says to save me trouble because Boris, the buffoon as he calls him, promised to end a TV licence. Well, to be honest, I don't think he did technically. I think he said he'd look at it, although it certainly came across as that way, didn't it? I decided to let it go, stupidly believing him. Politicians can be actually quite crafty with their wording. I decided to try again. I went online and also called them. And to be fair, I received a refund within a couple of days. It's really good that you got your refund, Greg. I'm pleased about that. This time, however, I cancelled the direct debit myself to stop them from doing the automatic renewal again. And to be honest, I can't say I blame you really, especially after the last time. They say not to do this and let them cancel it. No, do it yourself. And I totally agree with that. I would not let them do it either. In fact, I cancelled mine as soon as I ended the call. Anyway, my licence expired on the 30th of September 2021, so not long ago, and was paid for in full. I received the first letter from TV licence on the 15th of September, 15 days before my licence expired. The second letter was sent on the 30th of September, the same day the licence expired. And the third letter arrived 2 weeks later on the 16th of October, and this is when the threatening behaviour started. Because obviously they tend not to like it too much when we're not licensed, do they? I've sent you a copy of the letters in the attachment for your amusement, and I'll share them with you, of course. And I am now looking forward to the next one, or the dreaded door knock, so I can tell them to FK off. And I think we all know what he means by that. Okay, let's have a look at these letters. Okay, as you can see in the top right hand corner, we've got the dreaded TV licence logo, then the number, and then the date, 15th of September. Remember, 15 days before his TV licence expired. And in bold, of course, "You're about to lose your licence. Oh no! Act now before it's too late. Dear Mr. Whoever, you have stopped paying your TV licence by direct debit. How dare you do such a thing?" I'm guessing that's what they mean anyway. And in bold, "Act now or you will lose your licence on the 30th of September. Well, he's not going to lose it because he wants it cancelled anyway, doesn't he? And look at the cheek of this. "You need to sign up to a way to pay for your licence before it expires." Well, no, he doesn't. He wants to cancel it. "Otherwise, your licence will be cancelled and you will lose your legal right to watch live TV. All BBC programmes on BBC iPlayer at this address after the 30th of September 2021. You will be breaking the law and risk prosecution and a fine of up to £1,000. Now, there's a couple of things wrong with that, isn't there? First of all, not watching the BBC or BBC iPlayer is not against the law, is it? And therefore, you do not need a licence to not watch them, do you? And secondly, yes, as I said before, that fine of up to £1,000 is their top whack. Most of the time, from what I've heard, the actual fine is around £170, which is a little bit more than the current TV licence. But of course, they want to let you know in bold letters that it's easy to set up another direct debit. The easiest thing to do is rejoin the scheme you were on before and start paying us more money, I'm guessing. That's what most people in your situation do, so I really think you should do that in Invisible Ink. Go to their web address and phone number, which is an 0300 number, which you'd probably have to pay for on a landline, but on a mobile that will more than likely come out your minutes, to set up another direct debit today. Or if your payment scheme is of course no longer right for you, you can pay for this year's licence in full. We want all the money now, just in case this happens again. That's how it appears to come across, doesn't it? Licence fee of £159 at, and it gives their web address again. Yours sincerely, Jackie Garswood. I don't know if we heard from her or not. If anyone has, let me know in the description below, please. And she is, of course, a customer service manager, and which I'm guessing is their lowest stage they go at before the enforcement begins, no doubt. Then on the right hand side, just to make you aware of it again, they've put it in a blue box. Your licence number, and it gives the number, will expire in red ink this time, the 30th of September 2021. And underneath it lets you know again you can set up a brand new direct debit. I don't know about you, but I personally think that letter is really disgraceful. I don't cancel something like, I don't know, Netflix for example, and expect to receive a letter 2 weeks before my subscription ends saying that if I don't renew, there's a possibility I might be fined for up to £1,000. It's absolutely disgraceful. Let's move on to the next one. As you can see, on the very date his TV licence expired, they sent him a letter. Urgent, in bold red, then in bold, your TV licence expired on the 30th September. In red again, act today. Which I'm guessing may be an order. Dear Mr. Whoever, despite previous attempts to contact you about your licence, you have not replied. They don't appear to be happy. You stopped paying for your TV licence by direct debit, and as a result, your licence has expired. How dare you allow such a thing to happen? Although admittedly, it doesn't quite say those words, but that is how it appears to come across, doesn't it? Act now, or you risk breaking the law. Actually, you only risk breaking the law if you continue to watch BBC iPlayer or live TV. If you're not doing any of those things, then you're not risking breaking the law at all, are you? Your TV licence expired on the 30th of September 2021, which is twice now that they've told us that, in literally 2 or 3 paragraphs. And you now are unlicensed. Well, really? I had no idea that as soon as the licence expires that I'm no longer unlicensed. It's obvious, isn't it, TV licensing? We're not silly, you know. If you continue to watch live TV or BBC programmes on iPlayer at this address without being covered by a licence, you will be breaking the law and risk prosecution and a fine of up to £1,000, which, as I've said before, that is apparently rarely given out. And in bold again, call us to get licensed on, and the phone number. Don't risk a prosecution or a fine. Our advisors are here to help you set up another monthly or quarterly, we don't mind which, direct debit in a matter of a minute. Or, if a payment scheme is no longer, of course, right for you, you can pay this year's licence in full. They're still trying to get that, aren't they? At, and then it gives the web address. And this time they've moved on from blue because they're really annoyed now. They've gone to red. Your licence number, well, actually, it's no longer our licence number because we're no longer with you, are we? Expired. And call this number immediately to get licensed. And by saying that first bit in bold, it kind of comes across as an order, doesn't it? Until you read the little bit below which says to get licensed. Or go to the web address to pay the full year's licence fees. Hang on a minute, how come we have to call up to get the costs spread out throughout the year? Surely going online would be quicker and easier, but yet they want you to pay by full that way. Surely that's what they're saying, isn't it? Now remember, what's happened so far is he's presumably cancelled his licence, then they've automatically renewed it again despite sending him a confirmation email. They were then going to renew it again until, of course, he cancelled it, and then they sent him a letter 2 weeks before his licence ran out and on the actual day, and then they sent him this last letter. And once again, we've got usual stuff at the top. The date this time, look, is the 16th of October, but it says in bold red letters, only 10 days to go. 10 days to what? Well, I don't know. It doesn't say, does it? You haven't got a lot of time, so we'll keep this short. This comes across as if they're trying to panic us, because they're saying we've got 10 days to go till something happens, but they're not telling us what yet so far, are they? And it seems to be coming across as an urgent letter. Dear Mr. Whoever, your licence in bold has been cancelled, despite our recent attempts, so they want to let you know that they've been trying more than once. To contact you, we have cancelled your licence because you have not paid for it. To sort this out, please call us again within 10 days of the letter shown above. Then in bold, if you do not sort out your licence, we'll schedule an enforcement visit. So now we're getting to the point of what only 10 days to go means. They should have surely put that at the top to avoid possibly panicking or frightening people, shouldn't they? Our officers can call daytime or evenings and even at the weekend. Yes, because there are times of the day, I'm guessing. If no one answers, they can come back, but don't worry, we still don't have to answer, do we? Act now to avoid that knock on the door. Which, of course, that's all it's going to be to quite a lot of people, because I don't know about you, but I'm not going to answer my door to them. And in bold, you risk prosecution and £1,000 fine. When will they realise this tact is not working? 3 times now they've said about this £1,000 fine. Why don't they just get it? The penalties for getting caught without a licence are severe. Are they? You just told me it's up to £1,000 fine. What you're of course not telling us though is apparently the majority of cases that you only give £170 fine. It is a criminal offence to watch or record TV programmes on any channel or device, or to download or watch BBC programmes on iPlayer without being covered by a TV licence. Turn over to find out more about our visit and what happens next. Admittedly though, that bit is not in bold, but that can come across as quite intimidating, can't it? And to let you know you can do something about it, you can prevent a visit and pay back what you owe in instalments. So they actually want you to pay for the time that you're unlicensed. So surely they must be assuming you've actually been watching live TV in this time. Who the hell do they think they are? If I suddenly recontract to Netflix, Netflix don't expect me to pay for the time I've missed, do they? And like a debt collector's letter, look at this. This problem will not go away if you just ignore it. Well, actually, it isn't a problem. The only problem is that you keep sending letters to us, TV licensing. Because if you're not watching or recording live TV or watching BBC iPlayer, then you don't need a TV license. These people need to stop hounding people in this manner. The longer you leave it, the more it could cost you. Why? Because it's actually legal not to have a TV license, you know. We'd like to help sort this out for you, but we can only do that if you contact us. It's best to call, but you'll find other options on the other side of the page. And then again, of course, in the customary red box, simply call our dedicated team on this number in bold. And look, yours sincerely, Jane Jeffers. She seems to have moved to Cardiff now, doesn't she? All these people seem to travel all over the country, don't they? And to be honest, I've seen a lot of TV licence letters, but not one that has said that you need to pay back what you owe, as if that's something you owe. You don't owe it if you don't need a licence, and they need to stop this. Hopefully 2027 will be the end of all this and we can finally actually watch other TV channels like ITV or Sky, for example. We don't actually need a licence to do so. And I've got a feeling that the BBC knows that, and this letter shows how desperate they really are getting, doesn't it? YouTube's algorithm thinks you'd like to see one of these videos next, so let me know if it's right.